What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Latitude 64 Jade. This is a very lightweight, somewhat understable fairway driver. It's in the easy-to-use line by Latitude 64. Even though it's classified as a fairway driver, I think a lot of average players don't have a lot of arm speed. Could probably get a lot of good distance out of this disc. I thought it flew pretty far in my testing on some kind of powered down hyzer flip type throws. It would pop up and ride and fly pretty nicely. I wanted to check out this disc mostly because I feel like I have a lot of beginner type players that come to my channel. They find some of my beginner tip videos, maybe start clicking around in the reviews, try to find some decent plastic to check out if you're kind of just starting out, kind of low arm speed type players. And this disc is specifically made for you guys. It's got it has you in mind. People with low arm speed, maybe younger people, maybe women getting into the game, players like that. So I wanted to check this one out and let you guys know what I thought of it. So I'll give you a closer look at it. It's got a really cool stamp on this disc. I like it very much. The dragon on there looks cool. Opto line and opto plastic. This one also comes in the gold line plastic if you prefer that. It's kind of a toss-up between the two for me, but I wanted to go opto. I really like the nice bright colors on this plastic. There's Latitude 64, and let's see if I can locate the weight on the bottom for you. It's right around the dragon. It's just tough to see with the yellow. It says 152 grams right there. And somewhere on there on the bottom it also has the Latitude 64 logo, which is right there. Will it come into focus? Not really. Oh, there it is. I think I got it. Whatever. So, this one has some sparkles, a little bit of metal flake in the disc, which I like. I think that looks cool. I bought this at the Disc Golf Depot out here in Oregon, and they seem to have a lot of Latitude molded plastic, and with the sparkles in them. And I've been picking them up as I can, just because I think they look a little cooler. And that's good. The opto plastic has a good feel to it for sure. This one being 152 grams means it's maybe just somewhat less dense than the other opto plastics, and it seems to have a little bit more flexibility to it, which I like. I think that's good. It's got a good grip to it, although not the grippiest opto disc I've felt, but not bad either. It has a really very nice feel. It depresses under the hand quite a bit, and as you can see, it has some good flex to it. It's got a little bit of a dome to it, and a pretty narrow rim. I'll give you a look at the rim on this guy now. Not a lot, not a lot of a rim there. It's pretty narrow. Let's see, let's throw it in, show it to you in my left hand grip real quick. So it's real easy to get your hand around it. It's very comfortable feeling the hand. I like it very much. Even with my pretty large hands, it works good for me. And I think if you were, maybe a younger player or, a lady with some smaller hands, or anybody with smaller hands, I think you'll feel right at home with this disc. No issues there with it being too wide where you don't feel like you can get a good grip on it. Very comfortable disc in the hand. I like the feel of this kind of lightweight opto plastic. It's nice. All that is good. So let's talk about the flight of this disc. No flight numbers on the disc itself, but I believe when I looked it up on Disc Golf Center, who has their own kind of flight numbers for most discs on there, if not all the discs that they sell, I believe they had it listed as 9, 6, -2, and 2. So tons of glide for this disc, especially since it's so lightweight, 152 grams. It carries very nicely, but it's not like ultra flippy where you feel like you can't control it. I was able to throw it down a little hyzer, maybe take a little bit of heat off of it, take a little energy off of it, and just get it to stand up and fly a really nice floaty line. Be a great tailwind disc for sure. I think that's what I'm going to keep it around for, and just keep experimenting with it as my tailwind disc, and for like calm conditions, and where I just want to throw a really gentle kind of accuracy type hyzer flip shot with it, but I want it to carry and have some nice distance. I think this would be a great disc for those kind of lines. It can definitely be, it's ultimately pretty neutral, or if you throw it on a hyzer flip, it'll flip up and fly pretty flat, and come back a little bit at the end. But you know, if you throw it on Anheuser, it'll hold that as well. You know, it'll hold a turnover pretty well for me and my arm speed. You know, as always with these reviews, it's you know, it's personal from person to person. You never know exactly how this is going to perform for you once you get it out in the field. But for me, it seemed like it'll hold most lines pretty well. It's not a power disc by any means. If you're like a power thrower, this disc is not made for you, and you probably won't like it. You may like it for like a big open field kind of tailwind, flippy tailwind type bomb disc, but I doubt it. I doubt any kind of like bigger arm speed players would really like this disc very much, except for maybe if you got like an awkward stance, stand and deliver type shot, or just like a powered down hyzer flip shot through the woods or something like that, or downhill maybe. It's definitely useful. I don't find it to be terribly unstable. You know, I seem to be able to control it pretty well. Had a few times where it flipped over accidentally for me, but really not too often. So I think the Jade is a great disc. I think you know, it's designed for beginner players. I think it would work really well for those players. But even if you've been playing for a while and you just don't have a lot of arm speed, or you just really like a kind of a nice lightweight understable disc, you can throw a nice smooth shot with it, let it flip up and ride and do the work for you. I think Jade would be a great choice for you to check out. So that's my review on the Opto Jade. Great disc, and hopefully you guys liked the video. Let me know if you have any suggestions for things you might like me to review in the future. And thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.